Welcome to Startup Hype. I am your host, Christy Tercios, and today I'm here with Tim, Eric, and James from Game On, and I can't wait for you to see what they have to show you. First of all, Tim, give us a little elevator pitch of what Game On is.
So Game On is an experience that's very original. The three of us have created it based on our engineering and artistic skills. It's a series of games that we've built by hand, and people play in small teams of 2, 3, 4 or more. There's very little instruction, and when they go into a room, they have to figure out what's going on in here. Most of the time, they're not going to win. So a lot of Game On is just try again, trial and error, and it's about the process of learning through discovery and experimentation.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, let's get started. So Eric, tell me, what is so unique and special about Game On versus an escape room?
Well, I have to say, we love escape rooms and are really inspired by them. We have a big diversity of entertainment here. We have rooms, but in Game On, you're in the room for just a little bit of time before you fail, try to discover something, and move on. Which is different from an escape room where you're in for maybe an hour or so. Also, one of the unique things about Game On that we just love is that it requires teamwork. We designed the games for 2, 3, and 4 people. In fact, the same room will have a different game in it, a different experience, depending on the number of people you have. And if you don't like it, you can move on to a different game. But in my experience, people who come in and they think, I'm not so sure what's happening here, that brief period of time, you can hear them laughing and cheering. And that's also different from escape rooms. It might be an aha experience, but it's not quite the excitement of that victory you get.
Well, awesome. I can't wait to go check out the other rooms. I know James is waiting for us to go check out the next room, so let's go. So James, every room I walked into is definitely a wow factor, and I'm very impressed. And I'm curious to see how you brought the engineering and artistic sides to create these game rooms. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
The room starts with some concept in my head that has a theme and is something that I imagine that I would really love to play and to visit. And then from there, it's sort of this ping pong back and forth, thinking about what sort of game mechanics I would like to play myself, and then balance that out with what could I imagine actually building. There's a lot of mental negotiation to figure out how to bring something to reality and still have sort of that magic that I would say, boy, I would really love to play this game.
Wow, those rooms were impressive. All of your engineering skills and artistic skills came together, and I can't wait to go play the games. But first, tell me a little bit about your backgrounds and how did you get into making these games?
Well, I studied engineering in college and spent a lot of years in software development, and a lot of my inspiration for the games come from channeling my childhood self and remembering great experiences at Lawrence Hall of Science and the Exploratorium and Children's Fairyland, and really loving the combination of entertainment and engagement and technology and science and art.
And I started actually working in museums, developing hands-on projects for people. So it was natural when I decided to start my own business, just to continue in that industry. And I've always been really excited about combining entertainment and education in a way that people can learn by doing.
I studied education and psychology through my master's degree, but paid my way through school of coding. And this is just this fun synthesis of it. Really admired Tim for building businesses here in Berkeley, and then loving playing games with James. And it seems like it all sort of came together with this. And now I'm writing code and bringing in the cooperative learning studies that I spent my education doing.
Yeah, wow. No, that's very impressive. How did you all, come up with Game On?
Well, I think the bug started with me. I was looking to do something where I didn't have a boss to report to. So I came home and called up Eric and said, hey, we should do this. And Eric said we should pull Tim into the mix, and so that's what got the three of us sitting together and talking through what we might be able to do, and it has gone from there.
Yeah, that was 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
But
wow.
we've known each other since first grade.
Wow.
Mrs. Thiel's class
Yeah.
at Cragmont Elementary School.
Elementary school, just up the street.
Wow, you grew up together.
Yeah,
Here in Berkeley.
here in Berkeley.
Tim, tell me, in your opinion, what truly makes an entrepreneur successful?
One is that it's very important to think of the business as something that's always evolving. It's not just something that you create and it's done. So it's really important to just make sure that you think of it as something that always needs to be adjusted and refined.
Awesome. But where there is success, there's also failure. So Eric, can you tell us a story about a time that you overcame failure and what did you learn from it?
Every day.
Every
Now,
day.
Game On is this funny sort of meta puzzle where building Game On is a game of Game On. When you're playing the rooms, you fail a lot. In fact, it's part of our core values, determination and grit, and trying and exploring. And building this company has been just that. It's exploration, it's trying something. I'll be in one room and I hear customers squealing with laughter, right? And there's nothing better than that, right? And then sometimes customers will tell you, oh, that was boring, I don't like that, right? And then you have to be humble, I come in with an idea and, Tim and I have been debating about the length of the game, so like been tip opposite sides. I wanted this long game and customers did it. And Tim was right. It needs to be it needs to be shorter. So you get that. And I think the trick is to do it fast and iterate over it.
So is there any motto or quote that you always come back to for inspiration or motivation?
I think that if you're doing what you love, you don't work a day in your life. And there are weeks where I'm here every single day from morning until after dark, fixing things, doing a lot of annoying troubleshooting and like that. And when I reflect that, hey, would I rather be doing anything else? I say, no, it's how I want to be spending my time. And I think that it would be very difficult to try to have a startup where you were not really enjoying the work that you were doing, because you're going to be doing a lot of it.
Can you tell me what lessons you've learned through the entrepreneurship experiences?
Yeah, patience and being humble. You can dream up something and it can seem easy. And it's not necessarily hurdles, it's just the estimation of how much time it takes to do something. But then also not getting frustrated by it. It's so easy to think, I'll get that game done in a couple days. And then, 9 months later, we're still iterating on it.
That's no joke.
That was literal facts, yeah.
No, I like that. But tell me, what's next for Game On?
More Game On. I have grand visions of getting one of those big box stores. That was our initial idea, right? Was to do something huge. And the limitations, reality hits. But we were room to grow here. And we're constantly developing this, new levels of the similar environments, brand new environments. And honestly, we'll be doing this forever and being happy doing it that way.
That's awesome. Is there anything that you can leave our audience who are watching us today to inspire them to take that first step to start their own business?
The most important thing in getting started is to have other people going with you. So without the three of us all working together, we would not get here. And if it were just me, I would have given up 20 times over.
And also just having supportive friends and family. They'll give you hard feedback, and we're constantly bouncing ideas off each other. And that kind of challenge, and respect. Sometimes, you don't like what you get back, but then realizing that we're all driving towards that success, right?
The combination of just loving what you do and it never feels like work, and having a good team that you're doing it with, that's really what's happening here at this business. And it's just at every moment that we've come up to some challenge or hurdle that we need to overcome, I think we've been able to get together, make a group decision, and go in a direction that makes everything stronger.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Tim. And thank you, Eric, for having us here and showing us all the rooms you have here at Game On. And thank you, all of you, for watching us today. If you like more videos like this, don't forget to smash that like button and stay inspired, stay motivated, stay hyped. This is Startup Hype. We'll see you next time.